Hey, what's up, guys? Grimazino back at again with another video. Today, we're looking at Chivalry 2. Let's get into it. So, as I previously stated, today we're going to be looking at Chivalry 2. This game is not very new. It came out a couple months ago, but I wanted to go over it because I recently bought it with the money I got for my birthday. Yes, it's my birthday. I don't really care that much about it. Let's move on. Chivalry 2 is a medieval, battlefield-like, first-person or third-person game. Kinda like Battlefront, kinda like Battlefield, but instead of guns and heroes and all that shit, you have classes with different melee weapons or long-range weapons that they would have used in medieval times, with different modes such as 64-player, free-for-all. Right now, the special mode is Brawl, and it's all hands, weapons, and things you can pick up off the environment. And that's okay, but today we're just going to be talking about the game overall. This game is incredibly fun and very rewarding when you actually get kills. If you learn how to control and get kills correctly, and the best effective way to complete the objectives and get to your goals. This game is incredibly rewarding in the fact that instead of a shooter where I don't really care if I get a bunch of kills, or it doesn't really matter, or I feel cheated when I do get killed because it's so cheap, I feel very a big sense of reward when I, engage in combat successfully. This game is super fun. I enjoy it a lot, mostly because of the combat. The combat isn't as deep as some games, like Mordhau. You're using 3 buttons to attack, and 2 other buttons to do extra attacks, like a special move, which saps a lot of your stamina, and a kick, which is to jog them up if they're using a shield. But L1 or LB, if you're playing on Xbox, is overhead. R1 or RB, if you're playing on Xbox again, is a forward thrust, and R2 or right trigger, if you're playing on Xbox, is a slash, a horizontal slash. And then you also have L1, which is for blocking. Very simple controls, but they are handled in a way that takes mastery. Very easy to catch on, very hard to master the fighting styles, especially fighting multiple opponents. I tend to main the Knight class just because I like the sword. All the other classes are very viable in this combat, except for Archer, unless on some maps, unless you're playing background in some of the 64-player modes, which have a lot more space between you and enemies. So all of the classes are viable in some way, like they should be in most of these games. You should not have a class that isn't viable at all. They really refined how this system works incredibly well, and I like it's overall a really good combat system. It's the main gameplay loop. You're going to be seeing a lot of combat. There isn't a lot of variation besides the variation of fights in general. There's tons of different customization options, cosmetics that you can buy from a store or get from the free credits you earn from playing the game. And it's not super expensive. It's just you have to play more games. And it's not like cosmetics supremely matter in this game. To me, like, there are some games where I just really enjoy cosmetics. For example, Rainbow Six Siege. Like, I really like getting cosmetics in that game. Like, I will play multiple games of Rainbow just to get alpha packs, or Overwatch, where you just play a game to get a loot box. But in the case of Chivalry 2, I don't give a shit about any of the cosmetics. I just enjoy the gameplay loop for what it is. Extremely fun, extremely violent, extremely brutal, and very arcadey. This game seems like a dark and gritty game, but it's actually the devs and all the people working behind marketing made this a really funny, lighthearted game with a lot of brutal, more roleplay, intense elements. kind of like, which was my last game review, which was Insurgency Sandstorm. It's very realistic, but I put this one in quotations because it's not as realistic as I think it would be, but I think it's super good in the fact that it is all just siege, medieval warfare, and it's a good variation from the shooters I've been playing lately. Yeah, overall, this game is incredibly well made. All the graphics are very good. Not on par with some things we've been seeing these days, such as like Spider-Man Miles Morales, but it is a smaller studio. Isn't the biggest studio in the world, but they're great graphics. I think the graphics are pretty good for this game. I'm running this on a PS4 Pro, and I had to rip this off of YouTube, so if the graphics look bad to you guys, my bad, but this really shouldn't discourage you. The game is never at full game price. It is usually around $40. I bought it for $31 because it was on sale, and it goes on sale occasionally. So if you ever have the chance to pick this one up, I would say pick it up. I would give this one a strong 8. Let's get into the outro. Thank you guys for watching this review of Chivalry 2. Press the like button if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe if you want to, press the bell if you do, and I am out. Peace.